When it comes to long-term food storage, powdered products make a great addition to your supplies. With some of them, which I
Absolutely.
will talk about
Wonderful.
today, you can diversify many dishes and at least add a bit
Happy
of
friend
comfort
salad.
and normalcy to the table in these stressful times. Let's move on to the list. I find it interesting and even amusing that in an emergency, when store shelves are empty, people first grab three things: milk, eggs, and bread. Let's start with milk and eggs, and later we'll talk about bread. In my opinion, powdered milk should become a staple in your supplies. There are many different brands of powdered milk, and I recommend avoiding the cheap options. It's better to choose products from well-known brands. They will be much tastier. My favorite is Morning Moo from Austin on Farms. Milk can be used for various purposes, from direct consumption to adding it in recipes and baking. Without a refrigerator, powdered milk becomes indispensable. Some store-bought powdered milks can last around 2 years, while others can maintain their quality for up to 10 years. And Morning Moo from Austin on Farms can last up to 20 years. Thus, you can obtain powdered milk with a very long shelf life, a product you will use daily. Eggs are another important product, especially if you bake often. They are a reliable source of protein and essential nutrients. Eggs are an excellent product for storage. I have a Harvest Right dryer, and we have chickens at home, so I have almost unlimited eggs. At the moment, I have about 500 dried eggs. The eggs are perfect for breakfast and can be used in various recipes, so a bit of egg powder in your supplies is a must. The next product is powdered butter. It is also used in baking and similar processes. Powdered oil doesn't taste bad, but it differs from regular oil and doesn't melt like regular oil does. Therefore, when you spread it on pancakes or toast, it doesn't melt, although the taste is still good and can enhance bland food. However, I don't really like the taste of this butter, just as I don't eat mayonnaise plain. Oil is also important for many recipes. Even if you don't mix oil or restore it, oil powder can be added to certain recipes, and it will taste exactly like store-bought oil. Although butter does not keep as long as milk, butter from Austin on Farms or properly packaged butter can last up to 10 years. Now let's move on to the peanut butter powder. I believe everyone should have peanut butter powder in their kitchen. Keep in mind that such powders contain fats, and products high in fat do not have a long shelf life. Therefore, choose peanut butter powder with the lowest fat content. Peanut butter powders can be stored for several years, up to 15. Peanut butter powder from Austin on Farms lasts a full 15 years. This powder is simply magnificent. It can be mixed to create a paste. The taste is somewhat different from the usual, but on a piece of bread or in a sandwich with jam, you won't notice much difference. In an emergency, it will be much better than some bland dish. In addition, peanut butter powder offers many options for baking. The next product is powdered honey. It is beneficial but not essential, as real honey does not spoil. It can crystallize, but it can be slightly heated and return to its previous state. However, powdered honey can significantly diversify your dishes. It can be added to sauces, used for baking cakes and muffins, or simply mixed and spread on muffins or toast. Like regular honey, powdered honey has an unlimited shelf life and contains many vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, such as B vitamins, vitamin C, calcium, and much more that are beneficial for health. So, while you may not need 30 or 40 pounds of powdered honey, having a little in stock is a good idea. Now about bread. Here we talk about cookies, cookie mixes, and cake mixes. They don't have a long shelf life, only a few years, because the ingredients in these mixes, including baking powder, lose their effectiveness over time. So baking mixes might turn out to be useless. Nevertheless, products like pancake and muffin mixes will be a great addition to your pantry. They allow for quick and easy cooking. If you have the basic ingredients I've already mentioned, such as milk, eggs, and butter, you can easily add them to these mixtures. Some of them require exactly these additives. Just mix it all together, and you will have a ready dish. However, it is worth remembering that the shelf life of such mixtures is not very long, which brings us to the next group of products: flour, baking soda, and baking powder. These ingredients can be stored separately, and they have a significantly longer shelf life. Flour can be used for baking bread, tortillas, cookies, and many other dishes. If you store the baking powder separately from the flour, you will avoid the risk of it not activating when you need it. Baking soda and baking powder are similar in that both contain sodium bicarbonate. However, baking soda requires acid and liquid to activate, helping the dough rise. This is baking powder. The baking powder contains both sodium bicarbonate and acid, so only liquid is needed to activate it. When baking powder expires, it actually turns into baking soda, and it can still be used. Baking soda is an important product for the pantry. It has many uses. It can be used for cleaning, treating heartburn, skin rashes, and inflammations, as well as in personal hygiene. Baking soda is one of those essential products that should be in your pantry. Typically, its shelf life is about 3 years, but with proper storage, it can last indefinitely. Next, we have cheese powder. It is important to carefully examine the composition, as not all products are the same. Some will be tasty, others not so much, and some may have no distinct flavor at all. But cheese powder is perfect for a backup pantry, as the selection of cheeses is limited without a refrigerator. It certainly doesn't compare to fresh cheddar, but it can be added to various recipes. For example, you can make macaroni and cheese by adding some powdered butter, which I mentioned earlier. It can be used for sprinkling on popcorn and in other dishes. The shelf life of cheese powder again depends on the manufacturer, but usually ranges from 10 to 20 years. This is something you can include in your daily diet, use from time to time, and you can use it until it expires. You don't need to stockpile 25 or 50 kilograms of powdered cheese, but it's a good addition to your supplies. You will have several different options to make food more appealing in a disaster or emergency situation. Next, we have powdered spaghetti sauce. Although the jars of spaghetti sauce you buy can last a couple of years, powdered sauce allows you to prepare various dishes, whether it's spaghetti, lasagna, or other meals that can include spaghetti sauce, even pizza, if you have the chance to make it. Powdered sauce for spaghetti is a great addition if you're making spaghetti or just want to dip bread in this sauce. It's one of those powdered products worth considering. It is also worth mentioning Alfredo powder, which is another type of cheese. It can be used in spaghetti and other dishes, and children usually prefer Alfredo over spaghetti sauce. This gives you another option for cooking in disaster or emergency situations. The next item on our list is the basics for soups, chicken broths, even broth cubes, and similar products that will help you cook meals from scratch. Basically, you just need to mix these bases with a little water. If you have vegetables from the garden, or even frozen vegetables, add them. Perhaps a little egg noodle, and you'll have your own soup. It will be much tastier than just throwing carrots and noodles into boiling water. You can make these dishes more interesting with the next item on my list, spices and seasonings. Although some of these spices are not powders, essentially, they are the same. Spices are very important for long-term food storage. As they add variety, you can take something bland, add a bit of salt and pepper, garlic powder, and make it much tastier. In soups, this is simply essential. By ingredients, I mean spice blends, so you don't have to mix them yourself. These can be taco mixes, steak seasonings, chicken, pork chops, and they can also be used in other recipes. Think of all the various spices you use in everyday life, and even those you don't use. Some of these ready-made blends that you might apply. The 16th item on the list is powdered drinks. These can be any drinks, ranging from coffee and hot chocolate to various juice mixes like Tang or Kool-Aid. Everything that can be used to make plain water a bit more interesting and to diversify your dish. If you have children, you understand how important this is. I usually drink water, but there are people who want something else. It can be tea, coffee, hot chocolate, juices, although I'm not a big fan of Kool-Aid, as making 1 gallon of this drink requires 18 pounds of sugar. But this is, of course, an option. There are many different alternatives, and it is important to have a wide variety, especially in times of crisis or emergency. The more small reserves we have, the better our situation will be. I want to mention potato flakes at number 18. Although it is not exactly powdered food, it is close enough to that category. Potato flakes are an excellent filler for any dish. They can be prepared in large quantities, are filling, and pair well with various dishes. You can add a little oil to the potato flakes and even make a sauce, which is number 19. Here is the powdered sauce. Prepare a brown sauce, pour it over the potato flakes, and they will become even tastier. There are also white sauces that can be used if you have a cookie mix or a recipe for making them. The white sauce perfectly complements the cookies. Sauce is what adds a bit more flavor to a dish and makes it more appetizing. Finally, the last item on our list will be powdered sour cream, which can enhance potatoes. Sour cream is versatile and suitable for making various sauces. Importantly, it does not require refrigeration. You have butter, milk, sour cream, all these staple products that are usually kept in the refrigerator. If you have powdered alternatives, you can cook just like today. The taste may differ slightly, but it will be much better than opening a long-term storage package or canned food just to get the necessary calories without enjoying the pleasure of eating. The availability of various powdered products offers a wide selection for cooking, and with sour curry, as with the other items on this list, be sure to taste before going and stocking up, as some of these products will differ from each other. They may have different ingredients. Pay attention to the composition. Study the information about them. And if you decide to buy or open them, Make sure to store them properly afterwards. Here you will need storage bags and oxygen absorbers, as well as jars with lids and vacuum packaging. I recently made a rather detailed video on how to use storage bags, oxygen absorbers, how to seal them, and which products have different shelf lives. If you're interested, you can find this video. That's all for today. If you have ideas, I'm sure we could add hundreds more items to this list. Leave your thoughts and ideas in the comments below. If you like this video, don't forget to like it. Take care and get ready. We will talk soon.